spite of attacks on some of its facilities, the Social Democratic Party in Kwara State is confident the Independent National Electoral Commission will conduct free, fair and credible elections next year. At its campaigns in Bodisadu, Moro local government area of Kwara State, the party's senatorial candidate for Kwara North, Abdul Kadri Manko, says the use of bimodal voter accreditation system will eliminate rigging. Correspondent Ibrahim Alige reports.
Persistent attacks on offices of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Inec, is no doubt getting some Nigerians worried. The Social Democratic Party is equally concerned. At its Kwara North campaign in Bodisadu in Moro Local Council, the party is demanding that security should be beefed up in all the Inec offices in order not to jeopardize the conduct of next year's election.
My advice is for the security to be up to their task, because in most of these cases, at least we have the DSS. They ought to have gathered information and briefed the appropriate quarters so that there will be no destruction of INEC materials, because in fact it's a waste, because it is the money which is meant to do another thing, because automatically they have to replace all those things bonds.
For the Social Democratic Party Kwara North senatorial candidate, Abdul Kadri Manko, the use of the BVAS machine will not only eliminate vote rigging, but also ensure that votes count. But he's wary of vote buying.
I think I'm one of the most happiest person, because the issue of rigging is gone. Like I keep saying, I always give kudos to Inec. They have succeeded in blocking all loopholes. So you have to come down to the people. You need to go around and actually speak to the people. The power belongs to the people. We don't have a choice. They have succeeded in blocking all loopholes. So it's no longer business as usual. The next thing we are praying that the government of the day should be able to do something about is the vote buying.
His thoughts are equally shared by the new Nigeria People's Party governorship candidate, Professor Shoaib Abdul Rahim.
So far, INEC has been doing well, especially with the issue of BVAS, and it's a system that must be used. I think that has eliminated so many anticipated problems by politicians. So I think we should praise INEC, we should praise the National Assembly as part of the Electoral Act amendment that has made BVAS possible.
These political parties have high expectations that INEC will conduct credible elections next year. Ibrahim Alige, TVC News, Ilorin.
Counts down to the 2023 general election. It is 80 days to the polls, with 18 candidates jostling for the office of the president. For federal legislative elections, 1,101 candidates are vying for 109 senatorial seats and 3,122 candidates for House of Representatives seats. In this special report, correspondent Ademola Lawrence brings us insight on INEC's preparation and other political activities.
Muhammadu Buhari of the All Progressives Congress, having satisfied the requirements of the law and scored the highest number of votes, is hereby declared winner.
2 weeks after the presidential and federal legislative elections on February 25, 2023, it will be the turn of governorship poll with 18 political parties fielding 837 candidates and their running mates for the 28th governorship elections. Also on that day, March 11, 2023, the State Assembly election will also take place with 10,231 candidates vying for 993 State Assembly seats. While these elections are very critical, the electoral body says the series of recent attacks on its facility and a spate of fake news are major challenges confronting the commission ahead of the 2023 general election, which is 80 days away.
We continue to partner with the media, not only as a key stakeholder in the electoral process, but also as a viable tool for combating misinformation, fake news, and malicious falsehood.
But for the political parties, it has been a politics of political rhetorics, character assassination, defamation, and worse still, concocted fake news. Many political analysts advocate that the campaign should majorly be on issues affecting the country instead of throwing tantrums by different spokespersons of the political parties.
Doesn't mean that the vice president is the second most powerful by virtue of the constitution. No, it's not true. It's protocol. And that is what the law says.
It is unfortunate that Keyamo, who I question is senior advocate of Nigeria, because nobody who was properly taught, who is properly brought up, will sit down and renegade the office of the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and even a lawyer for that matter.
It's been a cyber war among the many supporters. The batified, the articulate, obedient, or the Kwankwasia are not exempted from the vice on social media. For most political analysts who are monitoring the Nigerian political space, both locally and globally, the campaign has been drifting toward ethnic and religious sentiments, which many frown at.
It doesn't need a Yoruba candidate or an Igbo candidate. This is what the Northern needs.
Almost the whole of Yoruba race is about 50-50% Muslim Christian. Almost all the states. That is Yoruba land. But in Osun State, for example, a Christian ticket just won.
Every 4 years, commentators are quick to say it is election like no other. Whether this is a cliche or indeed a reality, 80 days from today, time will tell. Ademola Lawrence, TVC News, Lagos.
Barely 24 hours after the resumption of train operations on the Kaduna-Abuja route, victims of the 28th of March attack are demanding compensation from the federal government to rebuild their lives. The victims, who spoke with journalists in Kaduna, mourned that most of them lost their means of livelihood when in captivity. They accused the federal government of not fulfilling the promises made to them shortly after their release in October, adding that most of them are already suffering from depression and psychological disorders that require urgent medical attention.
Expecting much more from them, let's be sincere, because as a citizen which these incidents occurred to, I'm expecting them to at least come to our aid and think, what is happening with you guys? How are you coping with life? Okay, let's help you. Those people who lose their jobs, okay, come, let's sit down. You, both of you that have problems with your business, okay, come, let's assist you so that at least you won't fall into depression or something.
Our demand is the federal government to come into our rescue, because the limit of the trauma we are facing now is too over, because of we don't have a capital to go to hospital to take care of our family. And then even now I'm renting in my house. On the first day that I came back home, the owner of the land came and meet me